The San Antonio Spurs and the New Orleans Pelicans are going head-to-head tonight in the final NBA showdown of the regular season. Now, this is going to be one hell of a game here tonight, folks, because the Pelicans are quite literally battling it out here for their playoff lives, tied with the OKC Thunder for the final 8th position in the playoffs. And the San Antonio Spurs are fighting for rising into second place in the Western Conference standings. Here with me now is expert odds analyst Joe Gavazzi to give his top play on the game. Now, Joe, thank you so much for joining us today, hanging out with us, and offering your free picks.
My pleasure, Megan. Nice to be with you, the SBR video team, and all you guys out there for this NBA winner on the final day of the regular season.
All right, now Joe, there is some serious pressure here on the line for the Pelicans this evening. They either got to win this game against the Spurs, or the OKC Thunder has to lose against the terrible Minnesota Timberwolves team, and I definitely wouldn't bank on that happening. Now, Joe, first let's talk about who you think will win straight up tonight, the Spurs or the Pelicans?
I think the Spurs are going to win this game straight up tonight. New Orleans has a lot of pressure, as you stated. They have played well down the stretch, winning 7 of their most recent 10 games, including their recent 4 games at home, although 3 of those were against non-contenders. When facing contenders on the road, they haven't done quite as well, losing 3 games to quality playoff teams in the West, all by more than the margin of this line. New Orleans, a nice improving team, but in a win situation like this that we're talking about, I'm not sure they can get the job done against the veteran, experienced San Antonio Spurs.
I completely agree with you here, Joe, and I think the Spurs can pull off this win as well, but what about the cover? Now, we've got a line here at -5 for the Spurs. I could see this thing being pretty hot and heavy tonight, maybe a neck-and-neck kind of showdown for this game. I'm thinking we'll see a lot of points on both ends. Anthony Davis is going to bring his A game tonight. It's young guns versus old veterans. I mean, I'm getting way too excited just talking about it. It's going to be a very, very exciting game. But what do you think, Joe? Do we have a side you're leaning with to cover tonight?
The Spurs started the second half of the season at 0-4 straight up in ATS. After a loss to Portland the end of February, Greg Popovich, their veteran coach, has really had this team on the rise. 21-3 straight up, 19-5 against the spread, and even more impressively, 11 straight victories with 10 covers, with 10 of the 11 wins coming by 12 or more points. In all, they've outscored the opposition by an average of 108-90 per game. This is a battle of the veteran defending champion Spurs, who must win this game for second place, because if they lose, and both Houston and Memphis, currently home favorites, win their games, the Spurs can fall as low as 6th in the West seeding. I like the Spurs in this spot to get the cover as well as a straight-up win. They're playing the best ball of anybody in the NBA and have proven they can do it when it counts most in a playoff-type pressure situation. San Antonio Spurs laying the 5 or 5.5 points. Get the job done tonight against a New Orleans team not quite ready for prime time.
All right, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, back the guys who have proved themselves over and over, the San Antonio Spurs to cover at -5 tonight. You heard it from one of the very best in the business, Joe Gavazzi, but hey, if you have a different opinion on the game or you think you can challenge Joe with your own picks, leave us a comment below this video. Hit us up on Twitter at SBR Sports Picks. Give us a shout out from the forum. I'll be looking for your comments, and we want to hear from you and even feature you on our next show. And of course, for the best NBA picks on the playoffs starting up on Sunday, keep it locked right here with us at SBRpicks.com.